Okay, and we're back. We're back at the Wii U screen. I've used my Wii U more in the past couple weeks than I have in years. Did I say that? I probably said the exact same thing when I was playing, when I was playing, the Metroid games. I feel like I probably said the same exact thing. I mean, it is true. Man, you know what's crazy now? Now on Switch Online, they have Metroid Fusion, and obviously Super Metroid you can still play on the Switch, which I'm pretty sure I did. Right? Did I play that on... When I recorded Metroid, did I play it on the Wii U or... I don't remember. I think they put Zero Mission too, right? Well, I hope they would have, because it's the Game Boy Advanced. I don't think they did. No, they only put Fusion. Why would they only put Fusion? I mean, there's hardly any Game Boy games to begin with. And they probably will not put the ones that people really, really, really want. Although, to be fair, they did put Mario and Luigi. They need to put Partners in Time on there. But at the very least, they put Superstar Saga on there. So, yeah. Anyways, we're back at it again. Another day, another Pikmin. What I would say, I always thought Pikmin 2 is definitely the most sizely one, the most ambitious one, I feel like, out of all of them. All the ones that are released. This one, the box doesn't have a reversible cover, but I mean, I like it's a Nintendo Selects game, so it has like the red border. I like it. I think it's neat. I've heard people complain about it, but people complain about everything. So, first time. This is gonna be the first time I'm playing this game with the Wii controls. I've only played this game on GameCube. You know, I don't understand though. I don't understand. I always took this game as being the best one hands down. Right? Like, in my mind, that seems so clear. Like, yeah, clearly this one's the best. At the very least, that's what I figured before 3 came out. But then, I don't know. Every time I hear... The Pikmin discourse is pretty split with these games. I never hear anybody jumping into one's boat. No, that's not necessarily true. I know the main thing that people did not like about about 2 compared to 1 was the fact that oh, they make so much more noise. Oh, there's like a ton of different stuff that happens here. Oh. Interesting. Is that there's not a hard time limit. It's weird. The story implies that there would be a hard time limit, just like the first game. But there isn't. And I don't know why. Oh, that's cool. Oh, look at that. I love this opening title screen song. Oh, I'm pretty sure it dips out and then there's just... Yeah. I love that. It's just the sounds of nature. Still looking freaking crisp though. Dang. Emulation on the Wii U, M cable for HDMI. Freaking great. I love how they all shake around and stuff and move. Oh, no, that's just the beginning of the game. You don't need to show me that. Oh, and then look, it changed seasons. It's great. Oh, it's great. Oddly, it's weird to gush over a title screen so much, but I don't know. I think it's freaking awesome. Oh, we got some weird graphical glitches with the anti-aliasing, but that's fine. I can live with that. The boy. And it's freaking like a dynamic title screen. Please do this kind of title screen with the next game. Every time they show the logo for 4, it's not made out of Pikmin, which I think is like a lot of character that's just sort of missing. We got options? What do we got for options? Oh, we can actually change the... D-flicker? When on, softer graphics. When off, crisper graphics. We'll go crisper, I guess. That's strange, I've never... Yeah, we want crisp for this kind of thing. Save settings? Create Pikmin 2 save data? No, I'll do that when I get in the... Okay. Weird. I've never heard this song before. I've never heard this song before. I guess I never went to... Is this unique for the Wii version? Do I... Oh, do I need to make save data? I'll make save data, sure. I'm already seeing screens and hearing music that I've never seen before, which is weird to me. Nice. High score is like days spent. Oh, this is like lost a battle, left behind, lost a fire, water. Oh, wow, this is just like overall. It's cool that it tracks that for you. That's neat. Wait, hold on, this is another unique song I've never heard. Is this song just for this? Hold on, are those the freaking, what do they call it when you take a 3D model and you, take it apart? The something map? Not the bit map, right? No, it's the, I can't remember what it's called, but it looks like that when like 3D modelers have to take apart their models and make a sheet out of them to put in order to put on like textures and stuff. And then we just have like a unique song here too. That's crazy. What are bonuses? Oh right, like the I have heard this before. I do remember this. Is another completely unique song. We've heard 3 songs that are just used for like single menus. Amazing. That's awesome. That's already like a mark of like a quality right there, in my opinion. It's like not even a bad song too. It's a good song. Yeah. So I thought it was like general consensus that this was the best one. There's a lot of things people don't like. I understand why, and I actually would agree. It's weird that the narrative of the game sets up for being on a time limit of some sort, but then they don't follow through with that. Obviously, they did that back in 3, and I'm assuming they're going to do something like that for 4. If 4 is about saving people, the time limit is probably whether or not you can make it 2 people to save them. Although that sounds like it'd be really grim, so I don't know. That sounds like it'd be really dark, even for Pikmin. Like, if you don't make it to people in time, you lose them. That sounds pretty bleak. But I don't even know what the gameplay loop for 4 is. I don't even know what the gameplay loop is looking like for 4, so who knows? And then people don't like the caves. People don't like that they're like a lot of them, like there's a lot of aspects of caves that are like randomly generated, like enemy placements, treasure placements, trap placements, and things like that. I understand that to a certain point. Like, obviously, if each cave was handcrafted, tailored If each one was a unique, tailored experience. Oh, here's a new unique song. I have heard this one before. That's 4 songs that are that you could completely miss. This is like some, like, I'm not even joking when I say this is like some FF7 remake levels of, oh, they made a song for this single road you walk down kind of stuff. Cool. Oh, what title screen are we get now? I think it transitions from like winter to spring to summer to fall, I think. So now this is like summer, I would assume. This is cool. Nice. Yeah, slightly different area, different foliage and stuff. That's cool. Alright, well let's freaking get it. Let's get it going then, I guess. Oh, just hopping right into it. One day, its only employee of any merit, Captain Olimar, oh gosh, already painting a much different picture of the Hokatations, crashed on an uncharted planet while on vacation, aided by indigenous creatures which he called Pikmin. In the end, Captain Olimar escaped. But in Olimar's absence, his employer, Hokate Freight, ran into financial difficulties. A friendly reminder, this is us returning home. This is right after Pikmin 1. Freaking love the character designs in these games. Freaking animations. Decided to sell off corporate assets. You know that ship we spent all of the first game making? He sold our ship. With all the things that our kids made on it. For the rest of our loan. And our ship was only worth... We have no means to... was barely worth anything. I do like the design of the new ship, but I don't think we ever get to see the original ship ever again. I think it's worth more than our ship. A year's salary, he said. Holy crap. What? There are more on that planet? They can repay our debt. Olimar comes home, loses his ship that he spent a month piecing back together. Gosh. The Valley of Repose. And then Louis died. Louis is... I do know the general consensus that Louis is the best, and that is true. So now we have a ship that talks to us, we have a partner character in Louis, and we're back on the ship. Okay, so let's talk about that. Clearly, the time limit should have been, okay, we only have so long to repay our debt. And if we don't repay our debt in a certain time, then the company is gonna go under. Is that is that like as intense of a time limit as, oh, if I don't, you know, find the parts to my ship, I'm going to die and suffocate on this planet. Or I'm going to crash, or my ship's going to blow up in orbit trying to leave. That's obviously a much more, I would say, substantial threat to the player, but hey, still would have been a time limit, and I agree. They should have still had the hard time limit, because that's kind of part of the game. It's kind of part of the series. It's kind of hard to say that, because the quote-unquote series before 2 was one of the game. But people like the fact that, you know, you kind of have to be pretty, you gotta be pretty proactive in order to meet that time limit in the first game. I've also heard people complain about the fact that you lose your ship at the beginning, like your original ship, the Dolphin, at the beginning of this game. I love that. I think that's what makes this game. This 2 in particular has like this like interesting, like biting commentary on capitalism and like corporatism and all that kind of stuff. We're going back to a dangerous, an incredibly dangerous place where like the atmosphere itself is poisonous to us, and we're doing so because our boss ran the company. Well, I'm sorry, Louis ran the company under. But also probably the boss, right? Oh crud, I didn't read that. I think he was just saying that we landed. Alert, danger. Louis is missing. He must have somehow fallen out of his cockpit. Somehow? Dude, we slammed into a freaking tree. He is not responding via his communicator. He is either flouting protocol or in danger. Olimar, you must find Louis before he freezes to death in the cold of this planet. Wait a moment. Look. Right off the bat, freaking Pikmin, baby. Could these be Pikmin? They look like they are about to be devoured as we speak. They couldn't be. You must help them. Point at the screen and press B to call them with your whistle. You can hold B to make the sound of your whistle carry farther, remember? I certainly do. And now we're freaking back. I don't think they can die. No, it's just sort of a Pete's. I'll help him. Doesn't seem like it'll work. Got him. Huh? What are we looking at? Oh, hold on. I don't see a Pikmin. Oh, this is weird. It's not just a graphical glitch on... Something must be blocking the screen. Weird. Okay. If this happens again, I may have to switch to GameCube. The Pikmin ran to your side. They seem to remember you, Captain Olimar. How fascinating. Give them instructions and do not delay. Hold A to grab Pikmin, obviously point at the screen, release to throw it. Weird. Okay, let's hope that doesn't happen again. I did not land with this guy. Yeah, if you can't tell, it's a slight change, right? But there is like the attention, the detail, the level of detail is definitely higher. We're gonna see animations and things like that are a little bit snappier this time. Pikmin 2 is a weird game. It has a lot of weird stuff in it. It works very strange. They made a lot of interesting choices along the way. I know people have also mentioned that, yeah, they don't like the ship being, I think you coming back home, you don't even get to see your family. The souvenir you got your kids is taken away from you. The ship that you had to rebuild to save your own life gets taken away from you and sold as a company asset. You don't even get to see your own kids. You're immediately sent back to the planet because, we struck oil, Olimar. I think that's amazing. I think that's hilarious. And again, it shifts the sort of Pikmin narrative to like, from being one about survival to immediately being one about greed. Like that's all Olimar's stories are ever about. It's him being stuck in this loop of somebody's greedy and is trying to do something, and you have no choice but to freaking play along with it, basically. Attention, Captain Olimar, I have just re-established my communications link with Louis. It is fortunate we have managed to confirm his safety. Press minus to communicate with him. Minus? Interesting. I'm quite interested in the details of his condition. We press minus now?
Louis.
Yeah, now here's a new thing. We get to freaking switch characters now. Another really interesting thing too, just on the topic of music from before, Olimar and Louis, depending on who you're playing as, they each have their own extra little bit of instrumentation that gets added to songs, depending on who you're playing, which is very interesting. Also, you can, when you switch back and forth, you can hear one say the other one's name, which is great, which is how we know that, like, Olimar has a incredibly deep voice. Like a shockingly deep voice. Louis, allow me to assess your condition. As per our safety protocols, are you at all injured? Is that so? Then my concerns are eased. Our communication link shows you are nearby. Can you make your way to our location and rejoin us? I will navigate for you. Plus to contact me and obtain information about the terrain. Okay, so that's still a menu. Oh, is all the menuing here now? Yeah, it is. I want to go to sunset. I'm done. And then you can see our freaking debt at the bottom there. Yeah, everything's just about money and treasure now, which is great. Oh, they should give you an outline of all the items that augment your characters. Yeah, there are actually upgrades for the characters now, which is, I think, another great feature. You get upgrades for your captains that give you more abilities, which is super cool. Where they actually give you that ability. Like, they give you, like, a whole list of that, though. Valley of Repose. Already, here's the thing. The Valley of Repose is not like the impact site. Valley of Repose is like a full-on area. It's a full-on level. So don't mistake that. We will come back here, like, quite a few times as the game goes on. Oh, yeah, if you... Oh, much snappier, if you couldn't tell. We got a blue cursor now for Louis, too. If you notice, the throwing arm, when you're not throwing a Pikmin, it's like a freaking massive punch. Oh, I feel like it zooms out way more. Yeah, it does. And now we're getting the real RTS view. Oh, the music dipped out, though. Oh, and the snow. Louis, the object before you appears to be one of the onions mentioned in Olimar's report. I love all the new music. I also love Louis. You can't not love Louis. Louis is probably the best character. Although I am amazed that we're probably never gonna get to play as Olimar again, I guess. It's kind of weird, but whatever. The seed the onion ejected has just sprouted. According to Olimar's report, it can be plucked with A. Gotcha, boss. I love their runs. Yeah, everything feels a little bit smoother. It seems like definitely between 1 and 2. Like 2 is a pretty big leap as far as like performance, graphics, everything goes. It seems like from 1. Louis, the sprout recently emerged, is emitting a strange light and is swaying hypnotically. Yeah? According to Alamo's exploration report, you should be able to pluck the sprout with A. No, I gotcha. I was just appreciating the ambiance. Even the cursor feels a little bit nicer, even. It doesn't seem to get caught and on the edges like it did in the first game. They probably learned a lot between making the first Wii version and this one. Yeah, looking at this in the recording feed, and like clearly, obviously, if I was playing a emulated version of this on the computer, I don't know how you would, but if I was doing that, obviously it would look like way cleaner. But this is still a really nice image. Louis, this must be one of the Pikmin creatures from Alamo's report. It is staring at you. Yeah? You can press down to issue objectives to your Pikmin squad and direct their movement. You can disband your squad with C. Interesting. Alamo's description of the creatures resembling Pikmin carrots was strikingly accurate. Don't eat them, Louis. I'm just gonna say it. Yeah, if you're at all curious about that ravenous space rabbit that ate all of Louis' pick carrots that he was supposed to deliver? No. Take one look at this guy and tell me that he's not lying through his teeth. This dude ate those carrots. We're strikingly accurate. Louis, my sensors have detected drool in the corner of your mouth. There it is. There you go. Oh, you alright? Do not eat the Pikmin. Oh. It's... the two creatures that have nothing going on in their heads. Oh, and then we get more great area music. The thing about this game, though, I mean, we've already heard, like, 7 songs. Just menuing, like just between the opening cinematic and, like, menuing in the game, right? However, because of the introduction of caves, which we will discover later on, but because of the introduction of caves, there are so many new songs. Now, the thing about those songs, is that some of them are really, really good. Some of them are very, very mellow. Some of them I would describe as trombone disaster, where they're these weird, funky, like a people music kind of songs of just like, they're strange, they're experimental, they're like freeform jazz kind of stuff, you know, of just like, we're just playing notes and seeing what lands and going with it. I kind of like it. I kind of like all of it, though. This game has a very particular vibe. Has this very strange, like, playing with miniatures vibe to it, and I don't know, I feel like the music really fits it. The onion ejected more seeds. The pellet from the flower must hold nutrients that breed Pikmin. Yes, I know. Yes, the Pikmin gathered nutrients to haul them to the onion, and to further propagate the species. The onion is a Pikmin mothership. Reviewing Alamo's report, it seems repeatedly tapping A lets you happily pick. Yeah. I was literally just playing the first one today to finish, like, that game, so. Oh, we can actually see Olimar over there. Can we switch to him? We can. Yeah, so first order of business. A new obstacle. It's easy, you just need to send him out of Pikmin. They both have really deep voices. Okay, we have 10, Olimar has 5, so... but first. Yeah, something that I think is a really, really fun remnant of this game is that they got a bunch of, like, real brands to allow them to put their stuff in the game. This is a Duracell battery, like, just straight up. There's a lot of, like, a majority of the items are like actual branded items, which I think really adds to it. It makes it feel very, it makes the world feel very grounded in our own. It makes it really feel like you're wandering around you're a small thing wandering around our world, like the human world. Seeing a bunch of, like, walking around seeing a bunch of recognizable things, which is massive. Perhaps this object is one of the treasures that we are searching for. The only reason we found it here is because this is where you crash landed. How fortunate. Thanks, Louis. Your blunders will surely take us into the future. I would like to appraise it, but you must regroup with Olimar first. Can you see him? Press Z to move the camera behind you. You can also press left or right to zoom up and down, change angles. Oh yeah, I think in this game they actually let you... Cause like we actually can get them like in a straight line. Oh, and if you go slowly, the song slows down too. Oh, if you like keep it close to Louis or far from Louis. Oh, it needs 20. Well, I know what the problem is. Nice. Freaking Olimar was just sitting here doing casual backflips just to show off. Jeez. Captain Olimar, Louis, you are reunited at last. Also, I think it's also interesting to note that like the onion was already up and about, and the Pikmin were already moving about freely in the world. We didn't have to like unlock the onion. The Pikmin, after the first game, like the ending of the first game showed, the Pikmin took on their own in this world. They started to operate on their own after Olimar left, and have moved their onions more freely too. So it's nice to see that carry over. Again, this game takes place maybe like days after the first one, however long it took Olimar to get back home, which looks like they have like a hyperdrive, right? Like some sort of like hyperdrive thing to like go from one place to another in an instant. Warp drive, I mean. So, you know, it's like they very clearly, it would not have been that much time, which makes it even funnier to me to think that like Olimar, 2 days after the first game, he's like, I can't believe it. After that horrifying, traumatic experience, I finally get to go home and see my kids. Then he gets put in a new rocket and launched into space all over again. Oh gosh. Captain Olimar, Louis, you are reunited at last. This has been a troublesome start to our trip. But now you must feel assured that your combined wits can get you through anything, correct? From now on, use B to form a single group, C to take solo action, and minus to change leaders. Oh right, yeah, when you press C to separate Pikmin now, it actually separates the captains too. And then but you can still switch between them freely. Yeah, and day 1 is still a free day. The boys, the classic, the dynamic duo. I like the characters from 3, but something about Olimar and Louis and their president and this weird company they work for and just the absolute nightmare it is for them to exist in this world. I don't know. Oh, it needs 35 for that. Jeez, okay. Well, then everybody handle that. Anything else I can do? Anything up here? Oh, well, you know what? There probably is something up here for sure. Yeah, I do love how this game looks. And here's the thing, obviously, the textures are still not, like... They're not on par with Pikmin 3, obviously, but I think everything looks good. Like, I think this game still has a very interesting look to it that is nice, in my opinion. Or at least it lends itself to it. Oh, and you know, we touched upon it briefly, but something to make note of too is in the first game and in this, oh yeah, Pikmin sprout up way faster, it seems like. Also, 2 captains plucking stuff, great freaking addition. Oh, what do we do? Oh, this is where Louis landed. Right. The freaking indent, that's great. I feel like the Pikmin are way more, like, they make a lot more noises just by, like, moving around and stuff now. Oh, we have exactly 20, so now we can get this. Freaking expensive, that's for sure. The amount of Pikmin you have? Oh, hold on. So this is what I was just going to talk about, is adaptive music. Hi, Alma. He's hopping down. Everybody's so much more expressive. They added so many more interesting animations and stuff. Oh, he was saying something. You two just talking? Look at them just exist together. What the heck? The music. Listen to the music. While Pikmin are active, moving things, that marimba bit, that little marimba bit, the xylophone bit, when you move away, it gets quiet, but the music still stays more energetic to let you know that there are Pikmin at work. And then when you get when they get close, the marimba kicks in. This game is loaded, even more than the first game. The first game had different tracks depending on if you were fighting, where you were fighting, and when you were fighting, like what time of day. This game has all of those, but then it also has all these little tiny changes depending on what captain you're playing as. If you noticed, when I switched to Olimar, instead of going doon doo doon doo doon doo doon on that on the like xylophone bit, it went doon 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 doon. It slowed. It had like less notes, and it was like a slower addition. But when you switch to Louis, everything's a little bit peppier. which makes sense because Louie's a pretty good spaz. Oh, and not to mention everything gets unique. All the treasure gets unique titles, which some of them are really fun. This is the Courage Reactor, which is interesting. But yeah, just straight up like a Duracell battery. You get to examine everything you pick up, and also see the value, obviously. Super fun. Our first day of exploration has yielded our first treasure. We will be done in record time. 280, honestly, for the first treasure is pretty crazy. We will be done in record time. I took the liberty of naming it when I appraised it. The nickname reflects my current thinking. Leave it to me to think up catchy names for our hit products. It is but one of my many talents. We shall end our first day here and report back to our president. His face will surely be joyous. However, to communicate with Okate, we must fly into low orbit above the planet. We will not return to the surface until morning, so as to avoid the indigenous nocturnal creatures. Gotcha, boss. Even this song right here, I think it changed in the first game too, but this song changes. There's like at least 5 or 6 different versions depending on what the situation is. What you got done, if you got anything done, what's happening, if you left Pikmin behind. Oh, the leaves kick up as we fly through the tree line. What a great little detail. Yeah, they give you like a full, like, detailed rundown too on like Pikmin lost, how they were lost, how many you had at the start, how many you had at the end. You get this now. Like what killed your Pikmin, how many so far. I like the little constellations to represent your stuff on the left there. And now we get, instead of Olimar's journal, now we get mail from back home. And some of them are pretty freaking good. Day 1. You found your first bit of treasure. Fine work. Our future depends on your efforts. So check your treasure hoard regularly. I'll check in often. Keep up the pace. Thanks, boss man. It's a living. Yeah, and that's freaking. Oh, this map theme though. I love the map theme in the first game, but this map theme kind of pops the heck off. And now we can check stuff. We can check another unique song just for examining things. I like this like weird like shaky cam. Like we're actually like in the wild like examining it with like a hand camera. And then we get these things. But I'm actually going to read these because I don't normally do that, so I don't actually know what the characters say about this stuff. We've recovered our first treasure. Amazingly, the Pikmin remembered how to salvage it. I can't understand their adorable language, and I don't know what they're thinking, and yet, I'm so happy to see them. When I crashed on this planet, the Pikmin helped me locate my missing ship parts. In my darkest hour, the Pikmins were there for me. Now that I'm reunited with them, I know everything will be alright. It will, right? That is nice that he has a, he like trusts the Pikmin now. Dwarf Red Bulborb, Panzerus Pseudoculi Rusus. Oh right, because they actually give them like fake scientific names now too. The Breadbug family. Yeah, they give such detailed rundowns of enemies and stuff, like what they are, what family they belong to. It's kind of crazy. Although initially identified as a juvenile red bulborb, groundbreaking new research, and who's researching? Olimar, it's been like a week since you were here last. Who's doing the research, bud? Groundbreaking new research indicates that this creature is in fact a member of the Breadbug family. A close relative
of the vanilla bedbug. It escapes predation through mimicry. Yeah, that's the interesting thing. These guys aren't related to the bulborbs. Or rather, to the large bulborbs, like Emperor Bulborb and stuff like that. These guys are like unrelated. These are part of a completely different family. They just look like them, so they're able to walk among them as if they were like they're young or something, which is really weird. Makes you wonder what young versions of bulborbs look like. A close relative of the vanilla bedbug, it escapes predation through mimicry. Unique adaptation of the red bulborb's crimson coloration allows the species to safely commingle. Such effective adaptation and obfuscation. Obfuscation? I know I'm saying. That's... Obfuscation? Yeah, obfuscation. Sometimes I don't know if I know how to speak English. I'm genuinely unsure. Obfuscation by a prey species is rare, indicating this clever creature is a master of mimicry. See, like, that's a really interesting detail that you probably wouldn't think about. And then another thing, too, you can throw pick carrots, a great reference to the Pikmin and why they're named that, to see how these guys, like, react. You can move the camera around like you're making a freaking nature documentary about it. It's so interesting. I'm so sad. Everybody was so sad when they removed this feature in, they removed the Piclopedia completely in 3. I hope it's back in 4. I hope 4 is a huge game like this one again. I'm excited to see caves back. I agree with everybody. I hope that they make the caves, that they do make the caves more unique, like more, they handcraft and hand tailor each cave individually to be its own unique thing, as opposed to making it like having a lot of like random generation and stuff like that. I hope so too. I genuinely do. If they don't though, I still think it's gonna be cool to have caves back, you know? Like I'm still happy about that. And then we got pellet posies. Doesn't really matter if we throw carrots at these guys. They do their own thing. Get to see them grow, though. Pellet posy, Amplus nutrio, pellet weed family. In the stem of the pellet posy, one can observe the muscle fiber unique to half-plant, half-animal species such as the Pikmin and candy pop flowers. So the pellet posy is a species that can be considered a close relative, although the ability to crystallize nectar is unique to a small group of pellet weed family. The fact that these plants reach maturity so quickly, and that their pellets contain such high concentrations of natural nutrients in the soil explains why the Pikmin, and so many of the other indigenous species, are so reliant on these pellets for sustenance. Yeah, weirdly disturbing thing to think about. He says, in the stem of the pellet posy, we can observe the muscle fiber unique to the half-plant, half-animal species, like the Pikmin and even the candy pop buds. These things are, you know how like plants are like technically kind of like alive in a way, not like the same way we're alive, but they are living things, right? These things are more alive like how we are than plants are, because like they are also they're not just a plant species. They're half plant, half animal, much like the Pikmin, but it's weird to think about because they look like flowers and they act like flowers. But they're in fact like they're as animal as anything else. It's very strange to think about. It's very interesting though. Anywho, let me see something. What do we have, 49? I think we can have one more day, right? Because that day was obviously the tutorial. And in fact, this video might end right before we encounter something interesting.
Good morning, workers. Ready for another day of toiling for the profit of your company. I've heard people say they don't like this aspect of the game, that it's all about like freaking money and stuff. It's so funny. It's so on point. We're going to literally send like indigenous beings to go freaking help us harvest things from their world for money. Like that is some oddly poignant commentary. Oddly enough, I don't feel like it was intentional. I don't feel like that was intentional. I don't know how it could not be. It's so there. It's so in your face, right? It's not exactly... It doesn't feel like it's exactly subtle with that. That's literally what's happening. Like there's no getting around that. And yet I feel it's Nintendo. So I feel like that's for sure not something they were thinking about. But who the heck knows? The Pikmin seem to sleep inside their onions. What lazy creatures. No wonder they lack survival skills. Stand beneath the onion and press A to call them out. Yeah, Ship, I know. I've been here before. I know what's going on. Snappy, too. Everything's way quicker. Like Pikmin hopping out of stuff. Freaking... Pikmin coming out of the onions. Pikmin coming to you. You can actually whistle them out of the onion to make it go even faster. Okay, we need 35. I'm gonna see if there's any more things to get over here. Oh, you know what? You know what we can't do, though? We can't send a captain to go do one thing while we go do another, which is a shame. Nope, nothing else here yet. Oh, you can kind of like tap the whistling a little bit more. It's no... It's no wonder everything in this game is just a lot quicker, a lot snappier, and a lot more like nuanced, because you kind of need that now, because this game is for sure more difficult than 1, I would say. In 1, we got away with literal murder. Like, we lost a lot of Pikmin over the course of the game, and I never felt like I was going to struggle to have Pikmin. Oh, yo. Yeah, I never felt like I was struggling to have Pikmin in 1. In this game, when you get into the caves, you're gonna be resetting a lot. I reset all the time when I played this game. Originally. I see people reset all the time when they play this game, any version of this game. The ROM hacks, the original one, it is very easy because they do some real scummy stuff. It's like the kind of scummy stuff that you might see happen in like in a roguelike, how you're having a run and then something crazy happens and you just lose it. You just die in one hit. It's like that kind of stuff. The kind of things you can't come back from. Not to mention, when you're in a cave, you have no access to getting more Pikmin. Now the big question is, how do these guys work now? Can I bum rush them with 42 Pikmin? It's more likely than you think. That was pretty bad. That was pretty bad. That gave me immediate flashbacks to 1. I almost want to reset the game. Oh man. That made me feel bad on the inside. Oh ho ho. Oh ho ho. Also, snowman. Sign of life. Sign of people. I'm gonna keep Olimar there. I mean, I'm gonna keep Louie over there. This is also another great thing. Wait, Olimar and Louie both took a bite? Oh, got bitten out of? That's crazy. What? Okay, the goal is to just not lose as many Pikmin as we lost last time. The goal over the course of the whole thing is to not lose more than 1,000 in total across all 4 games. We've already lost 300 something in the first one. It's very, not great. Gosh, part of my soul really wants to be. I'm not going to reset. Not on day 2. I talked about. Well, this is literally Pikmin 1 all over again. I literally had the same quandary when I was playing Pikmin 1. Oh, man. Okay. Let's see how much this needs. Hey gang, how you doing? Can we still do the thing where we flop over? No, you can't press 1 and 2 to flop over. Well, now we're just waiting. Yeah, see, you have, you listen to the music when we're Olimar, and then listen to it when Louie. Da, 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 da. It's like everything kind of gets like doubled up a little bit. We get like quarter notes, or eighth notes instead of quarter notes, like when we're Olimar. Da, 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 da. It's very interesting. And all of these things change, like the music changes depending on the time of day, whether they're Pikmin working, whether we're Olimar or Louie. Whether we're in fights, and all these things like get added and subtracted from each other depending on how many of these things are happening at the same time. It's really cool. It's incredibly impressive. I love adaptive music in video games. It's like one of my favorite freaking things. Utter scrap. I mean, you know, for being utter scrap, it's freaking 170. That's not bad. Okay, so did I not bum rush the guy, right? The Pikmin weren't like... The Pikmin surrounded that guy, but they didn't fight him. Which was disconcerting. Oh, and if you notice, getting blocked off by water. Which means our time at the Valley of Repose will be short-lived. How could Pikmin destroy such a massive wall? When masked, their might is ferocious. Louie, did Olimar instruct you on proper Pikmin commanding protocol? Apparently not. Olimar, you are failing your duty as a superior. I don't know if these two have said 2 words to each other. Allow me to explain. Press A to grab a Pikmin, release, and throw them. B to call them to the group. C to disband. Hold down to issue orders, yeah. Press down to swarm Pikmin on treasure and enemies to make them march, or make them march in line. Yeah, I know. No, I got that. Definitely with this, they definitely are a lot more responsive than they were in 1. Because, like, look at this. You can get them in a thin line. You can maneuver them so much easier than you could in 1. In 1, I could barely get them over bridges and stuff altogether. I love this little jingle that plays. It's the things are about to hit the wall, or things about to hit the fan jingle. Interesting. Warm air is welling up from the hole in the ground before you. It's so, another thing about playing games now that I have like a really nice pair of headphones is I can hear so much more details in the music. It's great. Warm air is welling up from the hole in the ground before you. What could lie underground? What is wrong? You both show expressions of unease. Do not fear, the leader's group of Pikmin will join you. I shall dispatch my research pod too. Approach the hole and press A to jump in. Now this is where things get really interesting. Is this thing right here also. Absolute doom and terror with these guys. Got cannon beetles now, but not like the cannon beetle from 1. What are we at right now? We are at exactly 1 hour, and that is why we are going to call things right here. Yeah, that's right. We're different now, gang. Things are different now. Pikmin 2 ain't gonna be a day-by-day game. It just don't work like that. It's gonna be a normal, I'm gonna play until things happen, and then I'm gonna stop kind of game. We're gonna just have normal parts. Because moments like these, caves, take a little bit longer. This one's not going to. Emergence Cave, easy peasy, baby game. Baby game for babies. I'm a baby. I play the game. But some caves are massive. Some caves take a really long time. Some caves could take an episode's length worth on their own. Like easily like a 30 to 40 minutes. If not longer, depending on how well you're doing or how poorly you're doing, you know? So yeah. So I think for now, I think that's a good sort of place to end it for now. If you like this, like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell to get notified of more things in the future. Episodes, daily, streams, every so often. Streams happening a couple days a week, usually at later half of the day. Usually around 8 or so is when I normally do it. Yeah, and look in the links in the description. Me and my friend are making a video game. That is what we are doing full time as far as work goes. If you are at all interested in that or want to help support us, by all means, any and all support helps. Check out all the links in the description for that. And stay tuned for more things in the future. And until next time, I love you. I'm gonna go now, okay?